Hello, in this video I'd like to show you how to set up a stair with a horizontal railing along the first floor stairwell. Here is a quarter turn stair with the first floor stairwell balustrade modelled as one unit in StairDesigner 7. Let's see how to go about building something like this. For our example, let's start a new half turn stair. To do this, I'm going to click on this button here, New Stair Multi-Flight Winding. I'm going to choose Model 3, which is actually a half-turn stair with winders. Below here we have the parameters of the stair. Let's just make sure we've got string boards to the right and left, handrails to the right, and newel posts on the right-hand side too. We can see the stair is actually turning right. When I click on OK, StairDesigner will actually set up the stair in its plan view. Let's have a look at the stair in its 3D view. I'm going to do this just by clicking on the 3D view button up here, and StairDesigner will display the stair in 3D. Now, to get the 3D view and the 2D view on screen, I'm going to click right on this tab, choose New Vertical Tab Group, and we will see the stair on the left hand window in the plan view in 2D and on the right hand window in 3D. If I double click on the outside of the back wall string here, StairDesigner will select the stairwell limit line and display its endpoints as two little squares here and here. Now, if I put my mouse and I let it hover over that line, StairDesigner will display the total length of the stairwell along that back wall. I can see that it is 1760 millimeters. What I would like to do now is add a first floor landing to the top of this stair, which is exactly the same width as the back wall of the stairwell. To do this, I'm just going to click here so as not to select the stairwell limit line. I'm going to click right with my mouse and in the menu choose Add a Landing. In the Add Landing dialog box, I'm going to choose model number 2, which is a quarter turn landing. And in the length 2, I'm going to give it a length which is the same length as the width of my stairwell, 1760 millimeters. We can see now that in the schema on the right hand side, we can see the landing that has been added to our stair, which is exactly the same width as our stairwell. And when I click OK, StairDesigner will draw that landing in 2D and in 3D. Now that the landing is in place, I can add a string out of that landing. To do this, I'll go into the 2D window. I'm going to click right and in the menu choose Add a String Board. In the Add String Boards dialog box, I'm going to choose to add a string board on the right hand side on the landing. Just along here we can see in green that the actual string board appears, and I'm going to click OK. The string board will be calculated and appear in our 3D view and our 2D view. I'm now doing the same way, going to add a handrail. I'm going to add here handrail on the landing. I'm now also going to add a newel post. I'm going to select the newel post at the end of that handrail here, click apply and OK. We can now see that we've actually added the actual balustrade along that first floor landing. Now we have all the components of the balustrade on our stair. However, these elements have been added using the general parameters of our stair. For instance, if I select the handrail in the 3D view, I can see its parameters in its parameters menu on the right. And I can see one of its parameters is the height above nosing, which is the height above our landing, is actually at 900 millimeters. Now, to comply to building regulations, a handrail on a landing should be set at 1000 millimeters or 1 meter. So let's just change this value of 900 and put in 1000. StairDesigner will automatically adjust all the different parts of the stair and place the handrail at 1 meter above the landing. If I look into my string board and I select it in the 3D window, I can see that its position above the landing is actually 20 millimeters here. This 20 millimeters is the distance of the step nosings from the top edge of our string boards. On the landing I prefer this to be a bit more, so I'm going to put in here 50 millimeters. StairDesigner will update the string board position and all the other parts that are assembled to it. StairDesigner has now updated our stair, and if I send this stair to production, I'll have the components of the first floor balustrade in the cutting lists and the manufacturing documents.